Sam College with your local Mallee News update. A worker at a Swan Hill supermarket was assaulted late last week. Police's leading senior constable Andrew Downs says the offender struck the female worker to the right side of the cheek.
A female offender has attended at a local supermarket. Whilst near the checkout area, she's become agitated and swearing at staff. She was asked to leave by a female store worker. Whilst police were being called, the female offender has become even further agitated and has struck the female worker to the right side of the cheek. Police attended and caught up with the female offender. She was interviewed on the spot and given a banning notice which forbids her from returning to that store. She will be attending court at a later date as well.
And Scrivens Consolidated Industries has been servicing Kerrang since 1959 and this week was named the 2023 Victorian Honda Power Equipment Dealer of the Year. Owner Tim Scrivens says they won from approximately 120 other stores in the state.
There'll be a dinner in Melbourne next month, and then as a state winner we are then putting for the possibility of winning the national award. There's about 120 dealers in the state, and I'm guessing maybe 400 in the whole country. So to be in the top half dozen is pretty good for little old Kerrang.
And Swan Hill's V-Line train services are scheduled to recommence on Monday morning after being closed for annual maintenance since February the 21st. The Mallee had a total fire ban day on Wednesday, but that didn't stop campers in the Gunbower State Forest lighting fires to dry their fish. Swan Hill's acting inspector Brian Hanson says police attended and extinguished the fires and the two campers will be charged.
We're expecting temperatures as high as 42 in the area. Police were alerted to a group of males who had a campsite in the Gunbower State Forest just near Kahuna, and they had a couple of fires going there and they were trying to dry fish by the river. I'm just astounded they chose that day to try and do that. So we attended there and extinguished the fire, and those two gentlemen they'll be charged on summons and will appear at court at a later date.
And after the Stage 3 tax cuts were passed through the Senate, Mallee working residents will be set to receive a bit more in their pay packet. Low to middle income earners will be the big winners, with those earning above $135,000 receiving a little less than they first thought. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the changes will address the cost of living without affecting inflation.
We looked at ways in which we could address cost of living pressures facing lower middle income earners in a way that did not impact on inflation. Treasury advice was essentially that this was overwhelmingly the best position to take.
Swan Hill District Cricket has just one round left before the final start next week. In round 21, ninth on the table, Swan Hill will play fourth placed Warranita at the Showgrounds, with the Tigers looking to cement their spot in the top four. Top of the table, Naya District will play host to the third placed Wandella at Naya Rec Reserve. Fifth place Barham Kundrook will have a last-ditch effort to make the finals as they take on second place St Mary's Tintinda at Kundrook Rec Reserve. And finally, 8th placed Ultima Tough will be at home as they take on 6th on the table, RSL at the Allen Garden Reserve. Last weekend, Swan Hill jockey Harry Coffey collected his second Group 1 win when he brought Q-Man in for the win in Caulfield. Coffey will be back in Melbourne tomorrow as he has 4 scheduled rides in Flemington. During the week, Harry collected another win when he ventured down to Launceston on Wednesday and took out the Ladbrokes Launceston Cup on the back of acceleration. While on Tuesday, Coffey had 4 rides in Bendigo, with his best result being second on I Am Geronimo. Naya's Madison Lloyd was also in Bendigo on Tuesday, with her best result being third on the back of It's Maui's Gold, which is trained by Swan Hill trainer Nathan Hobson. Lloyd will continue riding tonight in Moonee Valley, where she currently has 1 scheduled ride on Frankie Pino in race 7. And that's your local Mallee News update.
For 25 years, Aussies have been powering their passion with Battery World. So if you're hitting the open road, on your next outdoor adventure, or simply taking pride in a job well done, there's only one place to go, and that's Battery World.